What's going on, guys? This is Scott with KC Blade Drip. We're back at it. We're doing it again, guys. We have another knife to talk about, look at. Thank you for joining me. You know, home of the 150% guarantee, where I guarantee 100% of the time I'm going to be over 50% right. That's correct. Every knife has a story. Here we go. And we've got a good one, guys. Now, Kershaw's come out with the Launch line. And I'll tell you what, for the most part, I'm very, very impressed with the Launch. They're affordable, and I say affordable. For most people, they're, I think, between maybe $70, $80, and about $100, $120. This is essentially, for Kershaw, the Garden of Eden. This is where it started. This is the beginning. This is the Launch 1 that we're going to look at, show and tell, a little bit of a review, little flavor sprinkled in for you. Gonna make sure you're entertained. Are you not entertained? Well, hopefully I'm doing a good job as your ringleader today. And let's get going on this thing, okay? So, and follow me on Instagram. If you use Instagram, it's KC Blade Drip, just like here on YouTube. And then with that, always check your knife laws. This is going to be another auto. I'm kind of a little bit partial to autos. It's just my favorite type of knife, I think, overall. So make sure it's legal where you're at. This particular knife, like I said, this is the Launch 1. Okay, I've had this for several years. And this is an awesome knife. In fact, I'm so glad that I chose to talk about this knife today and bring this video to you, because it pulls stuff out of my collection that I can actually carry and use again for a period of time, and then reminisce about it, tell you things I like about it. And in this case, there's not a lot that I don't like about this knife. I mean, to me, it's damn near perfect. So, again, this is the beginning. This is the Launch 1. I'm not even sure how many they have in that line right now. I know it's over 14, maybe could be at 1,000 at this point in the game when you're watching this video. Just depending on when that is. Today is going to be, well, today's Wednesday, May 25th, but you're probably going to have this uploaded on Thursday, May 26th of 2022. Okay, let's start out, let's take some measurements just to get an idea of the size of this particular knife. I know sometimes places will get super, super specific. Okay, so this, as far as the blade itself, I'm looking at about 3.5. And that's probably the cutting edge, and then all the way to the top of kind of where the handle meets it. So as far as my eyeball here, I'd say about 3.5. The handle, well, it's kind of a 4.75 here, creeping up on 5, but not quite. So I'd say 4.75. Overall, we're looking at about 8 inches right here from tip to hilt, or the bottom of it here. Now, the weight, let's see what the weight is on this as well. Four? Yeah, it's zeroed out. 4. Yeah, so, hey, I like the weight on it. For this size of a knife, that's perfect. It actually is pretty light. I think officially they may even say it's a 3.9 or something. So that gives you an idea of what you've got in your hand as far as how much it's going to weigh and the size. Now, let's take a look, kind of starting at the blade here. We are working with a drop point, as you can see. Very thick belly on this knife. The blade of it is, and I like that. Look how thick that is. So very wide, deep belly here. This is a drop point, flat grind, plain edge, no serrations. Now the actual blade itself, and here we have the auto. This is CPM 154. So Kershaw uses a lot of that steel. This one is made in the USA. Stonewashed finish. You've got the SW here. A little flag on the back. So I do like the finish on this. The swedge, it's almost like a harpoon style blade at the top, how it comes down here into the tip. So you have lots of cutting edge on this. If we look at it and we turn the knife sideways here, we look at the top of the blade, you have some nice profiling, thins out just a little bit at the top here and then moves deeper or thicker into where you get right before the tip. That's going to give you some added strength down here. Now again, you know, I don't recommend that you're ever going to want to pry with your knife, but this is going to give you some more strength towards the end of the tip here. So yeah, kind of I like this style as far as the finish on the blade itself. It's going to help you so that you can have some use and it's not going to show every single scratch, kind of like a satin finish might. So I actually like this on it. Very sharp, easy to sharpen. I just tested this yesterday. I shaved some hair. What little I have on my arm, I was able to shave some more, pop some hairs off with it. It's like a black oxide, kind of a black wash finish. So that's pretty. Like the looks aesthetically of it. Let's move into the handle here. This is going to be a push button lock auto, kind of like a plunge lock. So you push this in to disengage once it's locked into place. You hear it kind of click. Then when there's no additional lock on this particular knife, but one of the safeguards or things that Kershaw has done is the lock button itself is flush with the handle. So whenever you lay it on its side like this and push it, because this is flush with the handle, if you can even tell there, it's not going to deploy. I was trying to get a little bit better shot for you. But then you actually push, into the button itself. It deploys nice and snappy. You've got good action on this. I love the sound. I love the actual coil, the strength of it, the spring in here. As you can see at the top, it's a typical plunge lock that you have in a lot of different type of autos that are from the side. As you flip this back here, you can see how this locks in. Then when we push this, the plunge lock, you see how that moves and that'll disengage it. Yeah, so very snappy action for quick deployment. If you need to pull this out of your pocket and deploy it with one hand, it's very easy to do. Now putting it away, it's not as easy to do it one hand. A lot of times I'll put it on my leg or something to close it. So the action itself, very snappy. Again, there's no additional lock. When it snaps out though, you're locked into place. There's no blade play on this. So very sturdy, Not wobbly or any type of, nothing's going to interfere. Looking at the blade centering here, this one is spot on perfect. Look at that. So yeah, it's spot on. So that's really nice. Action, again, very smooth. Let's move into the actual handle itself. Gripping this knife, when I put my hand around it, whether it's kind of like it's actually kind of like a pistol grip where we grab it and you get a little locked in here. This bottom area here, kind of where the little finger choil is, you actually get locked in really well here on this knife. When we go in and engage here, you can see that I like that it's not forcing you to go anywhere. So your fingers can, depending on the size of your hand, you can just fall right into place. And when you grab hold of this, you're going to or myself, I'm going to have the bottom of the knife goes to right about the end of my hand. So I've got to feel like I have a secure, full grip on the knife. Very secure. I do not feel like I'm going to be going forward at all or sliding into the blade as I would use it. Your thumb, if you choose to do so, kind of choke up a little bit. I can work up to the point on the back of the blade here. And even though this knife has no jimping on it anywhere, I can lock in like this and I feel like I'm secure. I'm totally happy with the way it feels in my hand. I don't notice or feel like that jimping would be doing any additional benefit for me. So that feels good, in the hand. Again, I have a large hand, but this is a thin, if you look at the profile, it's not like a super thick knife. To me, it feels thin and kind of light. Now, I am used to holding and carrying, especially the last several months, a little bit larger knife. So this to me seems like it's definitely light, something that I wouldn't notice very much in my pocket. But I'm locked in here. So very secure and feels good in the hand. The handle itself, this is anodized aluminum. So nice and smooth, but it's durable. This is like the aircraft aluminum that they use on the handle here. All the way around, all plain. There's no texturing. And again, with the handle and the contouring, I don't feel like that it's going to slip or that I'm going to, lose the knife in any way, even though it's kind of got that smooth texture on the handle. It is kind of pancaked together. So along the back of the spine, you can see where the pieces of the aluminum are put together. You've got some grooves here, divots in the top. Those do provide you a little bit of feeling on the back of the knife, just a little texturing. Some of this may be just for weight reduction or style. I don't know if it really has a strong purpose on it. Now, also moving into the bottom here, for you guys, gals, people that like a lanyard, there is a lanyard hole that goes right through the bottom there and then comes out this other side. Okay, let's see. So you have a lanyard hole here, which really is almost transparent on this knife. I don't notice it. In fact, it took me a while before I really was paying attention because I don't look for a lanyard hole, but it has one on here. I love the contouring of the back, which makes it very comfortable. If we reverse grip it, the thumb will fall into place on this nice flat edge on the back. Okay, and as we do that, again, it gives control, which you always want to have if you're having to either stab or use a reverse grip. This gives you good control on the back. I feel like my hand is wrapped around the knife handle and that my thumb is secure on the back. So it's very comfortable to have it like this, reverse grip. So, so that's nice as far as the bottom of the handle. They really did a great job overall. Now this is going to be tip up. It is reversible, so whether you're right or a lefty, you can flip the clip over. So I like that, reversible pocket clip. I like the design. I love the lip on this. How you can get, now your pants, when you go down in there, this is basically, you're going to go up this high. So you're going to have what? Almost a thumb that's going to be out of your pants pocket. I don't mind it because that's what I grab hold to when I pull it out of my pocket, is I'll grab just the top of the back of the knife. So I don't mind it. Some people may say, well, this isn't a deep carry. Well, I don't know what you want to call it, but I like the clip. It's not too thick or fat. And it's not real skinny and flimsy on here. So I like the branding. That's not a big deal. A little bit of advertisement there on the clip. That's fine. Yeah, I really like the action on these. They've really got a great product here in the Launch 1. Again, I'd recommend this for anybody that would be looking for just kind of a lower to mid-range. I don't know, $100, $120, something like that. If you're looking for something that is a nice, smooth, it's not really a gentleman's knife, because it gives you some benefit of being a little bit, more burly, but yet it doesn't feel heavy. It's going to be a cutting machine. You're going to be able to enter, penetrate, cut, slice, any type of, really, for most people, everyday tasks. So it's very snappy. If you like autos, if you're able to carry an auto, it has a great action. I've had this for years, haven't had any type of issues with deployment or use. Again, nice lockup. So it's about all that I can think of as far as kind of going over what to share with you. For an overall, it's a little bit of a review because I've had quite a bit of use from this particular knife. So I can give you some pointers or heads up on some of the different things from experience of using this knife. Remember our pets, remember our vets, guys. The little furry ones, God, I love them. They're always there to greet you or love on you no matter what kind of a day they're having. And also the vets, people that served or gave everything they had to make sure we have freedoms. And here just a day or so ago, there was a really horrible shooting down in Texas. My thoughts are with all the families and the people that are dealing with that devastation that occurred. Really hurts my heart when innocent people lives are destroyed by someone being reckless, careless, and just doesn't give a damn about others. So, that being said, like and subscribe. I've got future knife content coming out. At the point of this video, I think I'm about like 150 some odd subs. Once I get to 200, I'm going to have something. I haven't figured out exactly what I'm going to try to do, but I'll be coming out with something special. Try to do a knife giveaway or something, and only people that are subscribed to my channel and that like my future video after I hit 200, I'll do a video. I'll pick a knife. I'll give more details with it, but that's why you want to be subscribed. So when I do hit 200 and you see that video, then I'll let you know what's going to happen, guys. And with that, this is the Launch 1 by Kershaw. Stay sharp, my friends. This is Scott. I'm out.